Hey everybody, welcome back. I just want to do a little video here on AMC and earnings. Where do I expect it to open tomorrow? What do I expect to happen with it going forward? And what are the professionals doing in this market, specifically the options market makers? Okay, you can see today AMC, we're in the pre-market, so the earnings came in at negative 71 cents. Oh, surprise, the company is bleeding more money. Now, I'm not going to make this I hate AMC, love AMC, apes versus hedge fund managers type of thing. We're just going to look at it for what it is. My opinion does not matter, okay? Personally, my opinion is that this stock should have been bankrupt a long time ago. And that's just my personal opinion. It was in trouble way before COVID hit. And, between Netflix and streaming media, it just doesn't make sense that this company is doing this well. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't let my personal opinion affect me, or I try not to let my personal opinion affect me. But let's look at from a top-down perspective. As you can see, for the longest time, way before COVID, this stock was in a free fall. And the main reason for this, basically from 2018, was just streaming media was just taking over the market, right? And that's really why this got hammered. And people are just not going out to theaters anymore. And then the stock got turned into play, and it's now doing this crazy stuff right now. Unless you think streaming media is dying, or unless you think the population is growing massively, which it's not, by the way, we're contracting in population, the number of people that are actually going to go to theaters is very, very small. COVID only made things worse. So from a common sense point of view, let's just look at it from that perspective. Now, that doesn't mean they can't branch off and do other businesses, but usually a company that is trying to break into other businesses over time, they're not specialists in that business, and they usually fall. So over time, you can see here that just from a price behavior point of view, and I believe there was a couple of splits here. I think there were some splits. You can see that this company is doing better than it ever did long before COVID, and nothing has changed. So just from that perspective, it's massively overvalued to me, okay? Sorry, long story, but screw what I think, because what I think doesn't matter, and you should never let your own opinions get in the way of trusting what price is telling you, because all that really matters is price. Okay, so now we had this parabolic move from 8 to 70. Yeah, that's normal. And, for a bankrupt company, perfectly normal. I'm being sarcastic right now. And then we ranged in here, and now we've been pretty much, if we go down to a smaller time frame chart, we've been in a downtrend. A fairly consistent and steady downtrend, okay? Now, got that out of the way. You can hate me if you want, but if you're stuck around this long, you're going to learn something. Now, whenever I look at these downtrends, I want to find out where are the professionals going to be selling it again, right? Now, just from my personal experience of understanding order flow, the professionals will probably start selling this again somewhere around 41. So it could bounce as high as 41. That's my eyeball, just my eyeball where value is for another leg lower, right? Now, if you don't think that this is a downtrend over the since July, you're wrong. Overall, it's been in a parabolic move, and now we're going into an extended downtrend. That's the way that I'm looking at it, right? Now, so I do expect some movement, and I want to ask myself, can this get as high as 40 for me to start selling it for a move back down to 20? Because I think based on those earnings, just from a fundamental point of view, the stock should be trading somewhere around 20 by the end of the summer. So how should we play this, right? Well, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to get past the order flow basics, right? And I'm going to ask myself, okay, you know, can it get to 40 so I can short it again at 40? Because that's really where I want to be shorting it again, because that is where value is for this move lower down to 20. And those earnings are just not going to cut it, right? I mean, yeah, there's a surprise of 24%, but it's not going to cut it. Something else is going to have to happen for me to get to 40. So although I don't want to be overpaying for it and shorting it at 35, it might not be a bad trade. And so we need to go and see what the professional market makers are doing on it. So to do that, we're going to go and look at the options markets. And in particular, we're going to go and look at where all the gamma is hidden right now. Okay, so if we look at AMC, just from an outright point of view, I can see that's the big 40 level that I was talking about. You've got a ton of call gamma at 40. Now, what does that mean exactly? That means that the market maker is extremely incentivized to defend these big call gamma exposures. If you don't know what gamma is, go and watch some of my previous videos, etc., etc. But you can see 35 and 40 are the big gamma exposures. Now, what that means is that if it could get above 35, and if there was a lot of call gamma at 36, 37, 38, 39, it might be able to squeeze to 40. But there's not. You can see there's just not a lot of call gamma. And let's look at this week, the expiries this week. You can see that even more pronounced. The chances of this getting above 35 and going to 40 from a squeeze on the market maker is just really low. So tomorrow morning, if we'd have to gap above 35, then maybe we could squeeze to 40. So even though I think the best short from an order flow perspective is going to be somewhere around 40, I don't think you can get there, because I just don't see a big enough squeeze happening to take it to 40. Now, I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. I really, really hope I am wrong, because there's a ton of liquidity all the way up to 40. There's liquidity here. There's liquidity here. And then there's some liquidity sitting up here at 40. So I do hope a squeeze happens. Okay, so all you bulls that are watching me and kind of hating on me, I'm on your side. I want this to go to 40, right? I hope it goes to 40 too. I hope you guys all make money, because then I'll make money on the way down. It's just that I can't buy it at these prices, because the math, in order for me to buy it, it has to gap above 35. So if it does gap above 35 and we start to see positive call flow coming in, live call flow coming in, then it does have a chance to get to 40. Okay? But if we don't gap above 35, more than likely, the market maker is going to defend the 35 call gamma, and the price is going to close somewhere below 35 this week. That is my official take on it. How am I going to play it? I'm going to wait to see where we open tomorrow morning, and then in the first 10 or 20 minutes, I'm going to watch for a lot of call flow coming in, seeing if we can start to trigger some of these liquidity levels, which would drive us higher. Okay? But tomorrow morning, stay patient. If you're not in this stock, don't be a bull, don't be a bear just yet. You've got to let the market show you what it's going to do. I really hope, for you bulls' sakes, that it does squeeze there. And I hope you guys make a ton of money, because I want to short it when it gets there, and I'll make enough money. My ideal situation is to short somewhere around 40 and ride it back down to 20 for the rest of the summer. There's my official 37 years of experience as a trader, reading the order flow, looking at the math, looking at what the real professionals are doing, and does it have the capability of doing that? And I hope that it gets to 40. If it, again, my play tomorrow is to watch the first 15-20 minutes. If we gap above 35, I'll think about a long. If we don't, I'm going to be looking at opening up a position for a ride back down to 20. Again, guys, don't hate on me, okay? I just trade what I see. I just trade what I see. I've been doing this a very, very long time. If you hate on me, then you're an idiot, because you're missing out on some of the best experience from a real veteran trader that can really help you take your game to the next level. This isn't personal for me. Like I said, I have my opinions. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? Even mine. It's just an opinion, right? I don't really care what my opinion is at the end of the day. I care what the math and the market is telling me. Okay, if you like these videos and you want to see more, please give me a like. And remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all. Love you all. Bye for now.